nasal bone. There. And this is just kind of giving myself a canvas to work on right now, and some landmarks, like I said, for the mouth, the nose, and the eye cavity. But I'm not going to do anything up there. I'm just going to work on his nose. But so if you give yourself that nice nasal cavity, which is kind of easy to do, just stick your finger in there and pull it up. Then you just fill in it. Try to do a big one. Big nose there. So. I want to try to go a little slower and show you the planes that we want to create. So there's a basic nose shape right there, nothing fancy. And I'm going to go ahead and use my flat edge tool to show you the planes, and it'll make them look a little bit better. But I usually just do it with my hands. I'll just do it with my hands first. And I want it pretty symmetrical right now. Doesn't have to look pretty, but there should be about the same amount of clay on each side. Okay. Now I think there's like six movements pretty much that I'll do to make a nose. And the first one is I want to have a nice straight bridge. And I'll just run down with my thumb. So you see that nice plane down? And if you guys can't see, you're welcome to come up and.
Yeah, you guys can come closer.
But so there's one, and two. I'm going to come down the sides at a nice angle. It's easier when you're doing a smaller nose. You don't have to use your whole finger. But so you can see 3 angles now, and kind of it's simple if you work with these angles. The next thing I'm going to do, I want to open up the nostrils, so I am going to just shove my thumbs in here. I'm going to shove them in about an inch or so, and I'm going to pull out. I'm going to work it out to where it's kind of symmetrical. So got a pretty decent nose here so far. What you'll see, this piece down here, talk a little bit about anatomy. A lot of people mess up when they're doing figurative sculpture. Sometimes you'll see a face of a sculpture that looks kind of funny, and you just don't know why. You'll see this from the profile, but this piece of cartilage that sticks down, it hangs down lower than the top of your nostril. So people mess it up in drawings and sculptures all the time. So this piece of meat should hang down lower than your nostril. Okay? So
mine really hangs down.
yeah, everybody's does, and people don't do it. But so there's that first plane. The second one is 2, and we open up the nostrils, and then I kind of push them back in a little bit, because your nostrils don't exceed your eye, the corner of your eye. If you look at anybody, the corner of your eye, your nostrils shouldn't exceed it. It could, but most people don't. So I push the nostrils out. I kind of clean them up a little bit. I push down the top a little bit, like that. And then I push here and here. And if you see, you've got a pretty decent nose really quick. And I will show you how I would do it if I wasn't in here. So we'll just kind of rough it up. Back to that general nose shape. So I do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's pretty much it. Throw a little bit back down here. And then you can start to clean up that nose. So when you're here, you can work on the shape of the nostril a little bit better. Can pick these up. Another thing is where the lips start under the nose. If you were to look at it on a profile, the back of the nostril to the tip of the nose. So this space right here, if you were to measure that, about halfway is where your lips are going to attach. And that's another thing that people kind of...
Now say that again.
This, if you were to... The back of the nostril here.
Okay.
So I got the back of the nostril there.
Okay.
To the tip of the nose. About halfway. That's where your lip
about
starts.
halfway.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
I never knew
That's
that.
everybody puts it.
yeah, people put it...
I might do that.
People put it
Back.
too far back, usually, because your teeth stick out. Teeth are
Yeah.
curved like that, so that's why it's shaped like that. And then I kind of build up a little bit of the nasal flange that comes down through here, and it'll just make it look a little bit. I'm doing more than the nose, but I'm just kind of showing you how the anatomy fits on there.
I'm wondering if you taught this before you did a drawing exercise.
Yeah.
If they would make them understand drawing a little bit more.
I'd say I probably would. I always tell people that they're like, I'm not a sculptor, I'm a drawer. And I say, sculpting will make you a better drawer, and then drawing will make you a better sculptor. So, so if I want to cut this off so it's not so much of what I want it now, I want to focus on the nose, but sometimes I might do a little bit more and crop it down
It looks like his mouth is that
so
one
I
stick
can
right there.
see
Oh, I liked it.
better. Like it.
Oh, Ninja Turtle look or something.
I like to, just so I can focus, because you'll get, just like when you're drawing, if you draw something, you want to do all the details, and students definitely want to do all the details. But if you get rid of all the stuff you don't need, and you get back to just the nose, now we can focus on that nose. So if you're going to have like a nice bridge in your nose, like a hump like I do, it's going to be right there between those two smushes that we made. So I'm going to make a really masculine nose.